Good morning, guys, on day 33 from the top of Roan Mountain in this beautiful pine forest. I feel like I'm in Home Depot and it's Christmas and I'm gonna choose the tree that I'm gonna take home. Man, this morning woke up at 6, then at 6:30 it was 38 degrees, pretty cold, but I was toasty in my sleeping bag. Left camp at 7:15. Today we have a 16 point something mile day. Yes, I'm going all the way to station 19E, even though I don't have a reservation. Yesterday, if you remember, I sent them a text asking to see if they could switch it to today, and the last thing I saw was let me check. I just checked this morning. I had a little bit of reception and I still got nothing. So I'm just gonna show up there, hope for a bunk bed. If not, there's another hostel right next to it, and if I can keep the reservation for tomorrow, then tomorrow I'll do the slack pack and I'll have a nice warm bed in a cabin or a bunk bed, whatever it is, and that way I won't lose a day. My God, guys, I cannot wait for warmer weather to get here. At least just the lows bring it up a little bit. I don't want it to be full on summer, but that is one of the reasons why I don't get to film as much or at all in the morning, because I wake up trying to stay warm, have breakfast, and the sooner I hit the trail, the faster I can warm myself up. There was a guy yesterday that showed up like at 7, closer to 8, and you're not gonna believe this, but he started at Uncle Johnny's, so he did a double. He did 36 miles going uphill. Now that's really something else. He's training to do the PCT. I think he's ready to go. 35 miles on an uphill climb. Unbelievable. So what does the profile look like today? Because I think we're going down, right? Well, luckily for you, today's gonna be a pretty easy day, you might say. Only 16 miles. We started all the way up here at the top. We're gonna be making our way down with a small climb before the final descent into station 19E. Today is also one of the most beautiful days on the AT as we're going through the highlands here, but it is cold and it is also extra windy. Back to you, Poseidon. What am I doing walking on this road, man? Well, guess what? I missed the turn, and luckily for me, the path that I took led to this road, and now I just gotta reconnect with the AT up ahead. Yesterday, I think it happened a couple of times, but nothing major as this, just going down the wrong path and then having to backtrack just a little bit. It's a great thing about having a Gut Hook app is that you'll know where you are at all times. You don't even need a cell phone signal for it to work. So let's make my way back to the Appalachian Trail. Man, what a windy morning has it been. Made it to the parking lot where they have a bathroom. Oh my God, that's so much luxury. So I got to do my business on something better than a privy. They even have toilet paper in there. And I saw the sign. We're 1,803 miles away from Katahdin. So yeah, that's a long way to go. And then we enter the highlands. Amazing views all around of the entire mountain range, but it was so windy. I had to put on, well, look at me, I still have my down jacket just to break the wind. I don't have a windbreaker, and I wasn't gonna put on a poncho because it would have just been flapping in the air. Making my way now through this what is it, like a little dead forest, and there's a couple of bolts up ahead before the descent. Seeing hikers going in both directions, I guess day hikers, and also a few through hikers. Most people are just gonna stay at station 19E today and take it easy tomorrow. Let's see how many miles I can do tomorrow by doing that slack pack. It's gonna be bad weather, so I don't know if I can push like a 20. I don't know. Let's not even go into that yet. Oh wow, check out all the flowers, man. So that right there behind me is Over Mountain Shelter, one of the most iconic shelters out here on the AT. Unfortunately, in 2019, they had to close it because of structural problems, but you can still camp, and it has one of the most iconic views that you could possibly get. I thought about staying here today, but then it would have been like a 9-mile day, too short of a day. So when I was walking past it, I'm like, I have to go there. If you notice, I'm not carrying my backpack, and that's because I left it all the way there at the top. The shelter is about 0.2 or 0.25 of a mile away from the AT. It has a water source, and it also has a privy. There were 3 hikers there, 1 tent, and 2 guys just there hanging out, kind of like me. So now I'm gonna make my way back, which is of course uphill. Also up here at Yellow Mountain Gap is the junction between the Appalachian Trail and the historic Brights Trace route that was used by the Over Mountain men to cross the mountains en route to the Revolutionary War battle at Kings Mountain in 1780. So we have a National Historic Trail crossing, yet another one, the AT. So historic spot here, historic shelter, 0.2 of a mile down below with a water source and a privy, and yes, I must continue on. So the 2 climbs of the day are no joke at all. I just finished the first one, and I was talking to my wife on the way down, which made it go by super fast. The second one is right behind me, and look at that thing. I'm also carrying a ton of food still after 2 days out. I think I overdid it, and that is something that I had to work on, because you know, if I can keep the weight down on my food bag, then it will make it easy when I have to climb mountains like this. Haven't had lunch yet, even though it's almost noon, but I just been snacking so much that I'm gonna wait until I get to the other side to also get some water. From the top down, it's all the way down to station 19E. So let's do this. My God, who needs a hair dryer out here? When I got to the top of Bradley Gap, the wind was so strong that even my hat flew away. I had to like run after it, and I caught it. And then I just had it in my hand the whole time, and I had my hair just flowing in the wind. It was a good climb, just extremely windy and cold. Now that I'm making my way down, I'm being shielded by the mountain on my left hand side, so I was able to take off all my layers down to just my shirt. So it is 1 p.m. I got 5 miles to go. Still haven't had lunch, so maybe at the next water source I'll just make something quick there and continue for the next 2.5 hours into the station 19E. What a day, man. Great days. It's good to have days like this, break up the monotony, because you know it could get boring at some point when all you're seeing is the same scenery over and over again. A day like today just refreshes your spirits. So on we go. Well, that downhill is very rocky. I just made it to the North Carolina Tennessee border. We're done with North Carolina. We've been going back and forth between the two, but North Carolina is now behind me. Up ahead in a few days is Virginia. Having leftovers for lunch, the 2 pitas and chicken creation, tuna creation. So I'm gonna eat this as I go, because I'm so close to station 19E. Probably be there in under 2 hours, and it's almost 3 o'clock already. So you know when I get there, I'm gonna have a massive burger, right? With a salad, of course, with a salad. So I made it to the road, which is behind me, about a mile down the road, and of course I had no reception. But luckily for me, what I do have is an InReach device, a Garmin InReach, that I could send the guy a text via satellite, and it didn't take long for him to show up and pick me up. And he took me here to the station at 19E. A lot of traffic. So yeah, checked in. I'm gonna be here for 2 nights, but I will be doing the slack packing. So tomorrow after breakfast, they're gonna take us 14 miles north, and we're gonna walk our way back to the station. So it should be something new and interesting, and also the terrain is pretty flat, but it's gonna be a rainy day, and I'm thinking about just taking enough with me on my backpack, so like a couple of snacks and the poncho and stuff like that. So yeah, already had lunch / dinner. I had a massive sandwich and a beer with chips. You can do resupply here. I'm doing laundry right now, washing everything, and tomorrow I'll do like a small load. I'm in a bunk bed. Actually, it's just a mattress on the floor. There are 4 mattresses on the floor, and the house is just weird the way they divide things up, but you know, it works. I saw in there a sign for a massage, so I don't know, we'll see.
Shower's right over here. There's your diaper box. There's the towels and sheets are right there.
Okay.
All right.
So as day 33 comes to a close, I like to thank this special lady because she left me some trail magic here at the station 19E. So she covered for today's expenses. Thank you so much, Marianne. And sun is going down. I have just uploaded 2 videos already. I'm gonna work on today's as soon as I finish here. Got a beer and a Gatorade just to rehydrate, I guess. And I can see that it's starting to drizzle already. Tomorrow is going to be a rainy day, but tomorrow it's going to be an easy 14-mile day going downhill for the majority of the time, and I'm going to have a very tiny backpack. So, see you guys tomorrow.